Hey guys, take two. Bad calls, balls, and brawls, episode 20. We made it 2.0. It's your girl, 305 Sports Babe, and Miami Lou
right.
here.
Little technical difficulties.
So we just got back from the Marlins game. We actually had a really, really, really good time, despite it being the last game of our season. But and thanks to our buddy Chase, loud Marlins fan. Shout out to Chase. Gave us awesome seats tonight in the PNC Club. All you can eat, all you can drink. And not even just that, they bring the food to your seat. So here I was on the app. We didn't know that at first. So we'd go into the club, we'd get our food, get our drinks. And then I saw the part on the app where you can order it and they'll bring it to your seat. So then I just ordered one of everything 3 times. So yeah, so shout out to Chase. We had a really, really great time tonight. Shout out for the Marlins. We'll talk more about them later. But before we really get into anything,
tell me you can find Chase. Chase is at every Marlin game. It's in his name. He's loud.
Loud Marlins fan. Yeah, no, he's diehard. They don't get any bigger than him. And really, really great guy. And truly, he's what every Marlins fan should be. But he's one out of one because not many
three,
people.
At least
three. Yeah, but we're not at his level, even though we try to be. But before we get into sports, before we get into really anything, just want to take a time to say we're thinking and praying for everybody who's been affected by Hurricane Ian. Last time we spoke, the hurricane just hit, so everything was really raw in everyone's mind. And now that we see the effects of what Hurricane Ian really did to our state, and it's devastating. Our friends in Fort Myers, Port Charlotte, all throughout Kissimmee, Orlando, and even North Carolina, it was a devastating storm. So we're thinking about you guys. We're praying for you. A lot of people are doing different drives and different fundraisers. So support in any way you can because they really, really do need the help.
Yeah, and it's getting started now. The process, the storm passed obviously, and that's the one part. But now just the recovery efforts and people trying to get just their life back together is what really is going to be a long process.
Yeah.
Fort Myers Beach in particularly, some of the footage that came out of there, it looked like the town is completely destroyed.
Yeah,
and it's really, really tough to see. So absolutely support 100% all the. Anyone that that's doing actual contributions that go to benefit those people who are affected. If you have the opportunity to donate, please do so because a lot of people need help right now.
Definitely. And our buddy J9 sent me something from Fanatics. Fanatics actually came out with a beautiful shirt that says Florida Strong, the Dolphins logos, and a portion of those sales does go to hurricane relief. So anyway, you guys can support. The state really needs it. These people lost everything. They're hungry, they're hurting, they're tired, they're depressed, and whatever we can support. So please do because it's a long road ahead. And realistically speaking, we still have about 5 more weeks of hurricane season. It goes all the way to November. So hoping and praying that, no more hit because they are scary. And when they come, it's terrible. So, all right. So football?
Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah.
All right, so last time we spoke, it was last Wednesday. We were getting ready for the matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. And Chase, again, thank you for the tickets tonight. We had such a great time. First of all, seeing you and hanging out at the PNC Club, and the Marlins won. So awesome.
We'll talk more about the Marlins.
Definitely.
Let's get to football.
And hello, Sandy from West Coast, California. Good to see you.
So, Sandy.
Okay, so Dolphins. Last time we spoke, it was Wednesday, or was it Thursday?
Well, we did a show on Wednesday, and we did a preview show with Richmond Webb. Richmond Webb on Thursday. We did 2 shows leading up to that big Thursday night game against the Bengals.
Yeah, so going to that game, Wednesday, we were still not too sure what was happening with Tua, right? We saw the hit against the Bills, and Coach McDaniel on Wednesday kind of was like, hey, I don't know yet. And it wasn't even just him. It was Waddle. It was a few other people. And then on Thursday morning, we find out that, hey, everyone's playing. So we go into this game Thursday night excited, right? We had a great talk with Richmond Webb, and we're saying, all right, maybe we may end up going 4-0. And the game starts. Tua looked decent starting.
Yeah, he did. He did a good job. Look, before we get into the game, the elephant in the room is not me, believe it or not.
Oh, my gosh.
The elephant in the room is obviously Tua and what happened.
So let's talk about it. Let's have an open discussion. I mean, obviously, you guys in the chat, let's really talk about this whole thing that's going on.
Look, I want to start off by saying I'm the first one to rip the Dolphins. And I'm always, if anything, I'm pessimistic. I'm not a guy that's saying, oh, we're going to win every week, rah, rah, rah. I've ripped the Dolphins. I've ripped the ownership when needed be.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that that's necessary. I know a lot of, in this case, Friday morning quarterbacks were saying, oh, he should have never played. It's so obvious. Well, look, at the end of the day, the guy that got fired was an independent doctor that was hired by the NFL and the NFL Players Association.
NFLPA,
so, correct. So this is not a Dolphin issue. Yes, in hindsight, it didn't look good, the hit that he sustained at Buffalo, but he was cleared. He was cleared. So if somebody tells you, the doctors got back to Mike McDaniel and everybody in the Dolphins, brass, coaching staff, the general manager, everybody that's associated with the players, and says, hey, this guy's been checking out. He's good to go.
Yeah.
That's all you need to hear. I mean, I know it looked questionable. But
I disagree with you there.
Okay.
We were at the game. We saw the hit over and over again. And first, let me preface, I am no doctor. I'm more of a meteorologist mindset than neurologist. And I know last week a lot of us Floridians put on the neurologist hat and also the meteorologist hat. I am none of that, right? But the way Tua fell against the Buffalo game, it looks like a regular hit, right?
So we're on the other side.
We're on the other side. But I pulled it up on the phone.
Correct. So the minute that he went out, and then you saw that he was going to the locker room, I said, pull it up. When you saw it and you saw him stumble and wobble, I'm like, he's not coming back into this game. He's just not. Now, we stayed in our seats during halftime because it was a big game and we didn't want to get mixed up in the lines. And so we stayed in our seats during halftime. I was doing some fantasy checkups and all that for my fantasy football teams. And 3 or 4 minutes past halftime, not only is Tua running out of the locker room, he's putting his hands up.
Let's go. Get the
crowd is all going nuts. I mean, that did not look like a person that was concussed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a guy that's sprinting out of the locker room, raising his hands up 4 minutes into the halftime, it does not show like a guy that, hey, this guy's not going to come back in this game. He's going to sit there and just cheer on Teddy Bridgewater. So again, he looked like he was ready to go.
This was against the Bills, just to give you guys a heads up. This was not
Sunday.
Bengals. This was
and then the following 4 days, he was checked out every single day and cleared and on path to play. With that information, I don't know much more you can do. Now, obviously, what happened took place, and then you got to address it afterwards, and then it doesn't look too good. But at the time being, this is not, and the fact that the guy that was fired was not affiliated with the Dolphins.
No.
This is not a Dolphins putting smelling sauce underneath his nose and saying, hey, we need you out there.
No.
So that did not take place.
So when Tua fell again against the Bills when he got up, the part that was scary is that when he went back down, he looked like one of those Halloween blow up things that are in your front yard. They go blah, 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 blah. Because, okay, again, I'm no doctor, you're no doctor, but how he fell, if it really was a back issue, it's just how he fell looked just so off balance to the point where it didn't look like a back where you kind of maybe go like something like that. He just went that. Right. So that was the first thing. So on Thursday, when he got hit, when he fell, the part that just freaked me out, the hit wasn't that hard of a hit.
It was not.
It was really, really not.
Can I just say, so a lot of people have been saying that too. It was a vicious hit. It was not a vicious hit.
Wasn't.
If anything that was vicious was when he was snapped back. Yeah. But if you look at the video, and I asked you to look at it again, look at it, slow it down, everything.
Yeah.
When he snaps him back, Tua's running, trying to get away from him, trying to evade going down. Yeah. So it was not a malicious hit. He wasn't blindsided. He wasn't hit dirty. It was a regular tackle. Look, the problem is here, and I know you were in the middle of saying something.
I'm going to forget it.
Tua is a fragile quarterback. He just is. So even leading up to the hit, he had the opportunity. There was space in front of him. He could have rolled out, or he could have kept rolling left, bought some more time. If nothing was there, throw the ball away. Mm-hmm. Tua just cannot be taking these hits. Whenever he does get back on the field, he cannot take these hits because he's a very fragile quarterback.
So our friend Sandy made a good point. Sandy says the media has always been against the Dolphins, and the narrative is always the Dolphins did something wrong.
Agreed.
1,000%.
And I'm the first one to call them out when the Dolphins do something wrong, which they have. In this case, they did not. Okay, the NFLPA and NFL affiliated doctor was the one that cleared him, not the Dolphins. The Dolphins didn't force the issue. And I think the other issue about it is the fact that Tua ran out there in that out of the locker room, like we said, and did this.
Yeah.
They probably cleared him, and they said, "Hey, are you good to go?"
Yeah.
And Tua, being the tough guy that he is, the guy that wants to play. And look, the other thing is he's due a contract. He's due a major contract.
Yeah.
So he said, "Hey, I'm good. I want to go in there," which is something that moving forward, I don't think he should have the right to decide if he's going to go in or out of the game, because look what happened already.
So going back to that hit on Thursday, and Sandy, you're going to kind of, I'm sure you're going to agree with me when I say this. When Tua went down on Thursday, he went back, right? The part that shook us all, and shame on Amazon Prime. You guys are disgusted for what you did. You kept playing it over and over again. Tua falls, his fingers and his hands, his thumb goes like that, something out of Exorcist, right? And that's not normal. That is strictly neurological. So when Tua did that, everyone's heart dropped, because you go like this, he's not moving, and then his hands go like that. So that was the scary part. And Sandy, a part that I want to bring up to you, and that I've shared about this on different podcasts this week, is that when Tua fell, everybody got quiet. We were waiting for him to get up. And if you noticed, he never got up. He never even signaled that he was okay. Once these players get carded, even I give it up to Cincinnati fans. They were giving the Tua chant and everything, very classy on their part. But he never at least gave the hand up saying like, "Hey, I'm okay." And Sandy, that brought me back a little NASCAR when Dale Earnhardt turned 4 at the Daytona 500. We waited for him to get out of that car, right? We knew it was a bad crash, and we waited for him to get out of that car. And he never signaled that he was okay, because obviously he passed. And I was just, we know Tua didn't pass, right? But it brought me back to that thinking like, Tua, just give us a sign. Let us know you're okay. And he never did. So he falls, gives these crazy hands. It looks like he's unresponsive. Amazon Prime keeps playing it over and over again. So we're seeing this. He's not moving, gets carted off, still not moving. We don't know what's going on. They cut the mask, and it was just terrible. So then Teddy Bridgewater comes in, and Teddy doesn't do terrible, but we don't win the game. And then we find out after the game. So we're waiting. During the game, we're like, "Can you get an update? Like, what's going on with Tua?" All we hear is that he gets rushed to the trauma center at the University of Cincinnati. So we're still like, okay, like what's going on? His parents are at the game, which I can't imagine being a parent and seeing your son go down like that, not moving.
Right.
So we find out he gets released from the hospital, and he's on the plane going home with the team. And he's like watching a movie with Coach McDaniel. So you go from looking unresponsive, dinosaur hands, a full-on concussion, obviously, and just non-responsive, to like everything's cool watching a movie. So it's like so much. I don't know where to start. I mean,
getting into the room here, Sandy says that he thought he was paralyzed. I mean, he wasn't moving. So it was very, scary to see that. And then Russ also says that doctor being fired, is that a scapegoat situation? Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. They're just saying, hey, this is what happened, and let's get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
Tua has since been interviewed. They're gathering all the reports. The reports is going to be made public. So, we're going to know soon enough what happened, what measures were taken, what were, where it wasn't done. We are not doctors.
No.
I know that they got to put the light in the eye. That there's a whole bunch of stuff that they got to do. How the light affects them inside a closed, dark room. All those things before they release them. So yeah, that doctor is a scapegoat. The NFL just basically said, hey, we got to wash our hands of this somehow. Let's get rid of this guy. He didn't do his job. And moving forward, this is going to be good in terms of other players
protecting them, and
of course, because now the spotlight is on these guys, and something like this cannot happen again. First and foremost, the safety and the health of the players is the most important thing, and that should not be jeopardized for anything. We are passionate fans. We love to win.
Yeah.
The most important thing is not winning. It's an added bonus.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is the health and safety of the players, and winning the right way as well too. I don't like it when my team sign players with a very questionable past that have done something. I'm not saying you have to be the sportsman of the year or a community service award winner, but don't be a person that's up to funny business in your personal life, So again, those are the most important things. You can't jeopardize a player's health.
So Brian brought up a good point. Maybe knocked out a knocked out versus concussion, like a boxing match. I never really thought of it like that. I mean, I was never really into like boxing MMA and stuff like that, but
that's a great point.
That is a really good point. No,
so boxers, I'm not much into MMA. I know a lot of people are. I'm more a boxing guy, the sweet science. Boxers typically fight twice a year.
Yeah.
But if their previous fight resulted in a full-out, knockout, where he has to be carried out of the ring or whatnot, he's not going to make his next fight.
Exactly.
And in this case, it's too early to speak. Obviously, we know that Tua will not play this Sunday, and I have a feeling it's going to be a couple more games. I don't think that, and it's right. He needs to be sure that he's okay,
Definitely.
and that he's not in a vulnerable spot where he got hit. Where if he takes another hit there again, now you're talking about maybe a life-threatening or life-altering injury, and that's something that cannot happen no matter what.
So my cousin brought up a good point, and honestly, Vinny, we thought the same thing as well. He should have not gotten on the plane with the altitude and pressure. It's a longer flight. It's not like you're flying from New Orleans or Atlanta. It is a longer, north to south flight, and we were shocked that he got on the plane. It did seem
absolutely, and it happened very quickly.
Yes,
so
like they hushed it in.
The game ends at 11 o'clock, 11 something. They hit the showers, they got on the bus, and they go to the airport.
Yeah.
So obviously Tua left in the first half. He wasn't there till the end of the game. But still, it looked like he was, in the hospital for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
After you go like that.
And then he met the team at the airport. He should have been kept overnight.
Now, granted, he is a superstar going to the hospital. He is going to be ahead of everybody else. But still, at the end of the day, did the University of Cincinnati really do all the tests necessary? I mean, whatever. We don't know. But Vinny, you're right. We thought the same thing. Like, how do you get on a plane like that?
You're not supposed to scuba dive and then go on a plane. So, why? Because of the air pressure, all this stuff having to do with your head. Same deal. Like, you just got hit in the head and you're concussed. Why should it be safe for you to get on a plane? And what's the hurt of him staying overnight in that hospital?
They'll fly a private plane to get him back whenever he's ready. Sandy also made another good point. I've been saying all week, I don't care if we win another game. I just want my quarterback to be healthy.
Absolutely.
Sandy, you're absolutely right, because after that whole thing with Tua on Thursday, I speak for myself, but I also speak for a lot of other Dolphin fans. We were checked out of the game, right?
Yes.
It was gut-wrenching. It was like, my goodness, we just saw what happened on Sunday against the Bills. Now this looks really, really bad. And it was just like, at the end of the day, like, football's a game, right? Yeah. And I hate to say it, but at the end of the day, it's a game. It's this guy's health, right?
Yeah,
like, what if Tua has permanent damage because of this? I mean, it's not worth it at the end. So we agree 1,000%. Russ also said, how has this Tua situation changed the landscape of the NFL? I think it's a big wake-up call. I think a lot of new protocols need to be in place. I think that we're a good example. Granted, Tua, like Lou said, he is a small quarterback. He doesn't take hits well, so we're not a good sample size of that. But it doesn't matter size. It's any person taking those hits. It needs to be. They need to have better protection for these players and long-term effects.
Yeah, and I will say this. I hope they don't compromise the game. Yes, the safety is important.
Yeah.
But I'm trying not to get this point across because it bothers me still. The way that Baltimore gave that game away against the Bills.
Oh, you're so salty on that.
I'm still very salty about that. That shouldn't have happened either. But there was a hit in that game on Josh Allen that shouldn't have been roughing the passer. So, they can't change. I hope they don't change the element of the game where now, you get touched after you release the ball. That's a penalty.
No, let them play. Let them play the game at the end of the day.
You got to let them play the game. But this is more so as to what happens after a major hit. If you're not sure, then err on the side of caution. Do not let him go back into the game and do all the protocols 10, 15, 20 times that you have to do them over by multiple doctors, independent, not team-oriented, until you get clearance. I think that's the way they should do it. But don't start changing the rules or, trying to help the quarterback even more because, the quarterback really has everything worked in his favor at this point. So he doesn't need any more help.
And after Tua went down, you guys could just see it on the players' faces. Like, Jason Sanders is probably my, top 3 or 4 favorite players on the team. I know he's our kicker and everything, but I love the guy. He's fantastic. One of the best kickers in the league. He missed 2 field goal.
No, a field goal and extra point.
He missed 2.
So the field goal was blocked.
Yeah.
And then I think he was frazzled by that, and then he missed the extra point.
You don't think it had to do with Tua? You don't think that got in his head?
No, I don't think so. No, I think he got the extra point. I'm sorry, the field goal blocked, and then the extra point. It was still fresh in the mind. It was pretty much a couple plays after that. So I think that had to do with it.
Sandy said some big words. If it's Josh Allen, the doctor would have been in jail, not only fired.
Yeah, that's very true because Tua is still working his way up the superstar status, but Josh Allen is the face of the league. And, everybody wants him to play. There's a lot of money riding on how the Bills do. They're on TV, seems like every other week, primetime game. So, yeah, I agree with that 100%.
And rest of it's been nonstop controversies with our team ever since Coach Brian Flores and all that. It's been a lot, right? And excuse me, guys, I got the hiccups. It's been a lot of controversies. So it's just, it's what happened.
So, let's talk about the game. So basically, look, if we could back up while Tua was in the game, first drive that we got the ball after they scored.
Yeah.
Tua has a touchdown to Chase Edmonds in the end zone, and
then
Chase
he missed
Edmonds,
it.
He dropped
it.
They completely dropped the ball.
So not like him.
If you walk away there with 7 points instead of 3, that could change the game.
Yeah.
We talked about the missed field goal. That's another 3 points, and missed extra point. Right there, that's 3, 4, 7. You're talking about now the lead could have been considerably higher on the Dolphins' part in the fourth quarter because we did have a lead in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
We had the lead in the fourth quarter. We gave it up to them, and we could never get it back. But all this said, we still had the ball down 2 points with 4 minutes to go, driving down, and then Teddy Bridgewater and Mike Gesicki aren't on the same page. It wasn't a bad throw by Teddy. It seemed like they were Gesicki ran
a wrong path.
Wrong path. And Teddy was expecting him to be somewhere else. That's something that happens because they're not Teddy's not taking all these snaps at practice.
Yeah.
So it was more so a miscommunication than a horrible throw by Teddy or a horrible ran route by Gesicki. So, but again, everything considered, we got the ball, 4 minutes to go, down 2 with a chance to drive down and, take the lead. And then it would have been interesting to see what the Dolphins defense could have done because they pretty much held all game. When they needed to, they were making stops, just like they did against Buffalo, just like they did in the second half against the Ravens. The only thing that they didn't do, and it needs to change this week against the Jets, they have to put more pressure on the quarterback.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay? We got 1 sack. Going into that game, and we talked about it, even Richmond Webb talked about it, Joe Burrow had been sacked 15 times.
The most in the league, right?
Most in the league, 15 times, 5. That's an average of 5 sacks per game. We got 1. We got 1 sack on Joe Burrow. That was unacceptable. If we had put more pressure on him and made it harder for him to, navigate the throws.
Maybe throw a pick six, do something with it, go the other way or something. Absolutely.
It's a different ballgame. So that was a big part of it as well.
So you bring up the Jets. Then if you're in the chat room, please let us know what the weather is in New Jersey. Your aunt, my grandmother, has let me know every day that it is cold. But then again, Nana has lived in Florida for the last 20 years, and anything below 80 is cold. So I'm sure that it is a little chilly in New Jersey. But we do head up to New York, New Jersey this week, week 5. MetLife takeover against the Jets. So something you don't know is that Teddy Bridgewater came out today and said something, and I want to share with you. So what Teddy said today, and some of you guys might have heard what Teddy said. Okay, so maybe you don't know, Teddy was named the starting quarterback this week against the Jets. So we know that for sure. Tua is not playing. He's not suiting up. There's okay, well, if Teddy doesn't do well, Tua's coming. It's Teddy and then Skyler. Skyler,
and we also signed Sinet.
Sinet. No.
We signed him to be the third.
No, I forgot his first name. I just blanked out on his first. I was
Reed
Sinet. Yeah. So it's Teddy time, right? Teddy's going in, whatever. Teddy with the media today said something very, very powerful. I'm going to share with you that Lou had no idea what he said yet. So I'm going to share with him and also with you guys. With Teddy Bridgewater about starting versus the Jets, he says, I can't beat Tua. I learned that in New Orleans. I couldn't beat Drew Brees. I have to be myself. Again, Teddy Bridgewater on starting versus the Jets. I can't beat Tua. I learned that in New Orleans. I couldn't beat Drew Brees. I had to be myself. What's that mean to you?
No, that's high praise that he's saying. He's giving, the way I see it, he's giving Tua a compliment, and by the fact that he's saying he's had multiple stops.
Yeah.
Obviously, Drew Brees was a big, huge quarterback that mentored him. He's saying that he can't beat Tua. He's giving Tua praise, and he's going to be what he is. He's Teddy. Teddy is a very capable quarterback.
Yeah.
He hasn't been like a backup. He's been a starting quarterback for the Vikings. For the when Brees went out, he was a quarterback there with the Broncos. with the Panthers. This is a guy that has been a starting quarterback multiple times. And that's why a lot of people that are calling for Skylar Thompson looked great in the preseason. He's, a guy that we drafted. We want to groom him. But I disagree with, and I wouldn't even pull Teddy if he struggles. Okay. Teddy is a starting quarterback in this league. He's proven he can do it. And, we're 3-1. We're not 1-3. It's not week 16 where we're not going to make the playoffs. We're in the
heart of it. We're in the juice.
We're in the fight, and we got to go with a proven quarterback. And Teddy is just that, and I think he's going to be fine. I love the fact that he said that. I'm sure the team's going to rally, around him.
Oh yeah.
You can make the argument, and not the argument. I think it's a fact. He, despite being a starting quarterback for multiple teams now, this is the most talent that he's ever had to work with. I mean, you look to the left, Tyreek's over there. You look to the right, Waddle's there.
Gesicki,
right next to you, Gesicki.
Chase Edmonds.
You got
all these weapons.
You got two of the fastest running backs behind you, and
Mostert
and
Chase Edmonds.
So I think he's got to be excited about that. Teddy
Craycraft.
Yeah, Craycraft has been big. He scored 2 touchdowns this year so far.
All these names have me so excited.
Teddy is a smart quarterback. He can protect the football. I wouldn't want him to sling the ball 50 times a game, but he could go out there and put up yards, put up numbers. He could also run. I actually think he's a better running quarterback than Tua. He's also fragile. Teddy's not going to win a muscular contest or, Bally's gym, weightlifting contest.
Know about that?
Well, I don't know about that either. I used to know about that, not anymore. But yeah, Teddy could run. Teddy could put his head down and run.
No, he's not scared to.
Yeah.
So we have some weather updates from up north.
I saw a couple.
We have a lot of updates. My cousin said cold and wet. So that's coming from South Plainfield, New Jersey. Shout out to my hometown, South Plainfield, New Jersey. Then we have Russ Taylor, who I believe Russ is in Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania, the weather up here has sucked since Sunday.
Russ, where are you at, man? Is he in Pennsylvania?
And then we have Brian raining in NYC. So we truly have a tri-state weather report going on from South Plainfield, Pennsylvania, and New York City. We know it's rainy and wet. And my cousin said it's been raining for the last 5 days. And then he also said my grandmother, shout out to my grandmother, is not doing well with the cold. She's miserable, but keep her up there. She's happy in New Jersey.
All right. And Russ is right outside Philadelphia.
Right outside of Philadelphia. And my cousin, so Russ, so they're all in the same area. Because you've been up to the tri-state area between New York City, where Brian's at, where my cousin is in Central Jersey, and then where Russ is in Philadelphia. Whatever has Philly is what New York has. So very, very thorough weather. So thank you all for that. My cousin said he's actually frigid and he's a pool guy, so he's used to the weather changing. So weather, we know it's going to be not used to what we've been playing in, right? In Baltimore, when we had our away game in Baltimore, it was hot. Obviously down here, the 2 home games that we had, it was hot. So it is a little weather change. I mean, although in Cincinnati last week, it was a little chilly, but that's kind of just like overviewing it.
I didn't know, I knew she was on the West Coast, but I know she was specifically in San Diego.
She is.
Okay, nice. I did, since we're talking weather and unfortunately natural disaster leading up to it, I do want to share a story. When I was in San Diego, I took an Uber, and the Uber driver, when I said I was from Florida, I think I told you this story. He's like, oh, I wouldn't want to live in Florida because you guys have hurricanes, and I'd much rather have an earthquake. And I stopped and I said, you got to be kidding me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a hurricane, you get advance notice. For an earthquake, the ground opens up and you could possibly fall down. I couldn't believe he said that. I just like no.
So my cousin's going to visit Sandy. Sandy said anytime, Vinny.
Okay.
So he's going out there. Perfect. Okay, good people, good. 2 good people. So anyway, so just to recap kind of what's going on this Sunday. Again, Jets, Dolphins, 1:00 kickoff at MetLife. We are 4-1, and the Jets are 3-1. I'm sorry. We're about to be 4-1. We are about to be 4-1.
The Jets are 2-2.
2-2.
They're coming off a win against the Steelers. The Steelers are a funny team right now. They beat the Bengals, but then they lost to the Jets at home.
Yeah.
Mitchell Trubisky, you never really thought that he'd be the guy, but I'm surprised they're pulling him this early. And their coach, I call him Omar Epps because he looks like the actor, but he had to have a press conference today to address the fact that they're this is the time to make this move, which I kind of disagree. They're not really much expected out of them, and they're getting away from their veteran and giving the ball to the rookie. So that's interesting. But yeah, the Jets got their supposedly franchise quarterback back in Zach Wilson, and he
talk about controversy.
Yeah, he had a great play against the Steelers where he did a little Philly from the Eagles Super Bowl win. He caught the ball in the end zone for a touchdown. So, he looked good. He looked good.
Yeah.
And the Dolphins are going to, like I said, what they couldn't do to Burrow Thursday night,
Hopefully they bring it to New York,
going
New
to
Jersey.
have to pressure Zach Wilson. They can't let him get a chance to, be in the pocket and be comfortable. They got to make him, be felt feel their presence.
Shout out to our Finns brother, battered Finns fan. Appreciate you. Definitely prefer hurricanes over earthquakes. I think we all do, right? I think, and Sandy said that she's actually been in some earthquakes. Where did she go? She said, I felt 3 earthquakes since I've been here since 2005.
Yeah, that's no joke either. And then there's aftershocks, right, Sandy? I mean, I don't know what that guy was talking about, but anyways.
But this weekend in New Jersey, the weather's supposed to be getting better. It's supposed to be 60 degrees and sunny. So that is stunning weather. Honestly, I've lived in Florida on and off since 2008, and I miss the fall weather in New Jersey. The pumpkins, the going to Six Flags for Fright Fest, the smell of firewood burning. But anyways, not about that. It's about football on Sunday at MetLife, right?
Well, look, regardless of the weather, we know that there's going to be a lot of
Hide your
Dolphins.
mom and Zach Wilson. I don't want to go there.
That's right. No, he knows what he's saying.
Exactly,
Russ. But yeah, no, listen, we're going to have a lot of fans there.
Yeah,
everybody
we
knows.
show up. We will light that place up.
It's actually called, this is like every year they do it, it's called the MetLife Takeover. And it's a huge, huge gathering of Dolphin fans that go up there. And there's a bunch of fans there as is.
Tons.
So there'll be, it's going to be a big, big presence out there. And I think, I feel good about it.
Definitely. So, score prediction. What are we thinking Sunday? What are you feeling about the Jets? What you guys drop it in the chat too.
Yeah.
By the way, like and subscribe to the channel. You haven't. I never say that, but you know what? Like and subscribe to the channel. Also, give me your score prediction for Sunday. What are we thinking, guys? Go ahead.
So I'll start. Yeah. So I don't think the Jets are going to be able to beat us, but I don't think that we're going to be able to blow them out. I think it'll be a game. I think it'll be back and forth a little bit. I think we'll pull away, and then they'll have a little bit of a comeback. I don't think the game will be decided in the last, fourth quarter, waiting minutes. But yeah, no, look, the Jets have been able to move the ball, especially now getting Zach Wilson back. And we've had a problem.
Wait, stop, Zach Wilson. We have a joke about Zach Wilson. What is Zach Wilson's favorite holiday? Mother's Day. Duh. All right.
Good. Oh,
all right.
man,
So what's your predictions?
good.
We have some more predictions in the chat. Go for it. I'm listening.
I'm going to say Dolphins 23, Jets 14.
Okay, so close to our friend that our Finn fans. He said 24-17. Sandy said she's not giving scores because she's been so off. It's okay, no judgment free zone here. But that you came back with 17-10. So okay, our buddy Russ Taylor 27-17. Jets, okay. Chef in the house. What's up, kid?
What's up, buddy?
Give me your score prediction for this Sunday. What you thinking, kid? Check your polls. We're checking it. What are you doing? Where you going?
In honor of.
Oh, I'm like, where's he going?
In honor of our chef.
I'm like, I need a co-host who can come in.
In honor of Chef, there you go. You got a little Chef
our
Marino.
Chef Jew's way more handsome than that.
I need a Chef Jew bobblehead over here.
Well, here's Chef's prediction. Chef said 28-10 Finns. My cousin said, "Are you guys coming?" I text you because I'm supposed to be going to the game. No, we're not making it to this game. We usually go to 2 away games a year. The one we're going to is Chicago. Although, don't put it past me to book a ticket on Saturday, but we don't have it planned in the cards to go this time, unfortunately. But I might do a surprise visit one of these weeks, so I'll let you know about that. So Chef 28-10 Finns. My cousin said 24-7. So that's a very common score. That's the second or third time we saw that 24-17. Oh wait, no, timeout. I read that wrong. Jets 24, Finns 17. Sorry, guys.
Come on, Vinny.
We have a Jets fan in here. Taking that off.
My cousin Vinny wants your cousin Vinny.
My cousin. He's practically your cousin.
Cousin Vinny.
Chef said we ain't scared of the Jets.
No, we're not.
Calvin, 27-10
wow,
Jets.
that'd be great. Oh,
that would be amazing.
I'd love that.
What was it? Chef, Russ, I'm about to mute you. Rocky 3 is on. What? No, because your favorite segment of the show is coming up, the 1972 season. So hold on. We're almost there. Don't mute us yet.
Hey, Russ, what's your prediction?
You already gave it to us.
No, it's a line. It's a line in the movie.
Oh.
My prediction.
Sandy's at work this weekend. Sandy, call out of work.
What?
I'll do a fake call for you. Hello. This is Sandy's sister, sir, she can't come to work right now. I'll get you out of that. Chef.
Oh, look, Sandy just uninvited Vinny. Vinny can't come. Sorry.
It's like a bad breakup.
Sorry, Vinny.
We didn't get Chef a bobblehead. I really don't like the Jets. Chef, none of us Dolphin fans really like the Jets. The only thing that ever good came out of the Jets was Vinny Testaverde, who I've always liked Vinny Testaverde. And
Vinny Testaverde from the U, though.
That's why. And then also when the Dolphins signed Dustin Keller, the tight end, I was super excited about that, even though it was a waste. Vinny, you are no longer allowed to go to San Diego with Sandy. That is uninvited, but maybe she'll take you to Disney World.
Well, maybe if she runs out of toilet paper and he can bring over his Jets jerseys, maybe that will work.
Or if you have a pool, he'll do a treaty, and he has an amazing pool company in New Jersey. I was hired there for one day this summer. But if you have a pool, he'll do a treaty for the pool. Sorry, Sandy. And then, Sandy, then you come to Florida for Fans Club Week, and I cannot wait to see you. So, okay, your final prediction, before we get into 1972. What's your final prediction?
I said 23-14.
You did say that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of seeing. You guys are saying like low 20s for the Dolphins and somewhere between the 10 and 20 mark for the Jets. So if we can hold them to 2 touchdowns, that would be fantastic. If we can put 3 on the board, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I take it.
So her brother's a Jets fan. Ooh.
Look, the main takeaway here is these first 4 games we thought were brutal. And we were hoping we'd say, hey, let's get out of this 2-2. We're 3-1. Yeah, we lost our quarterback. Hopefully he's able to come back at some point. We're 3-1, and that was, the tough part of our schedule. We do have a little bit of a issue going to the West Coast. Speaking of Sandy being out there, we're going to, LA and then San Francisco.
Yes.
So that's a little tough. And of course, we have to go to Buffalo, to New England.
And Chicago, we'll be there.
Right. But so now we run into a schedule that is manageable. And so we have to feel good about ourselves. And it's going to hopefully continue getting back to our winning ways this Sunday against the Jets.
Amen. Because after the Jets, we have Minnesota for Fans Club Weekend. For you guys who may not know about Fans Club Weekend, are non-Dolphins fan, it is my favorite week out of the whole entire year. It's when all of our fan clubs pick a game. So our fan clubs from Southern California, from England, from Germany, from Mexico. I love our Mexican Dolphin fans.
Mexico.
Woo woo! They all come for this one big weekend. We have party celebrations. It's such a fun time. So that is after the Jets game. And then after that, October 23rd, Sunday night against the Steelers. It'll be crazy. So some really big games coming up that should be winnable, right? Are we coming to the West Coast? No, the only other next away game that we're going to do is we're going to do Chicago. I love the city of Chicago. We went there a few months ago. We saw the Miami Heat play the Chicago Bulls. Actually, maybe some of you guys don't know. There was a subscription. There was a contest through our local TV station, our sports station, Valley Sports. And it was like, oh, retweet something. And I don't believe in that stuff, right? I'm the most unlucky person. I never even won student council. Why would I do it? But I did it. And sure enough, 3 weeks later, I get a message from the TV channel saying I won a full expense paid trip, 4 days, 3 nights to Chicago, airfare completely paid for from Miami to O'Hare. We stayed at the Omni. They put us in this crazy nice hotel. They gave us gift cards for food, Heat versus Bulls tickets. So long story short, if you ever see those subscriptions, those contests, go for it because they're so winnable. But we're going to Chicago, so we're not doing anything in California. I've never been to California. Definitely when I go out there, I want to see you. I want to go to Disney. I want to go to Napa Valley, but we'll get out there one of these days. Chef will be a Fans Club. Good. Yes, we had such a great time. You are missing it this year because you are going camping with your friends, but I will be there, so cannot wait to see you guys. No, it's going to be a really, really good time. So, all right, let's get into it. Your favorite segment of the show. We still don't have an intro for this part.
I'm going to start protesting until I get an intro, but I got some good facts.
Okay, wait. Some people might not know. You guys get to promote it. So what Lou does, if you guys are new to the show, every week Lou has his 1972 season. Lou takes us back to time.
I get into the DeLorean or the time machine and hop back into the year 1972. And of course, we are doing it because the Dolphins won the Super Bowl in 1972. They finished a perfect 17-0. For those of you who haven't heard, they're the only team to go undefeated. Currently, there's only one undefeated team left. That's, of course, Russ Taylor's Philadelphia Eagles at 4-0.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a tribute to the great 1972 Dolphins, 50 years later. This is the 50th year anniversary.
Yep.
So hence my segment.
We have a peace treaty before you get into that from a Jets fan. Vinny says, listen, I am a lifelong Jets fan. Guys, don't be too hard on him. He is blood. The Finns have the 72 season at Marino. We have the 69 and Joe Namath. No reason to hate each other. We can agree that we hate the Patriots. All in favor of that? Say aye.
And the Bills.
And the Bills.
Patriots and the Bills.
Definitely.
And I hate the Jets too. But that's all right, Vinny. I still love
Stop.
you. All right, we're working through it.
He will not. No. Sandy said, I'll see you at the Steelers game, Lowe's. Sandy, fun fact, that's actually my birthday. Well, my birthday's the 24th, so excited to see you there.
Vinny and Russ are awesome. They're saying that part of the theme music has to be Back to the Future, and we need to do it. So next week, I'm just telling you, I'm not going to do it unless you have music for me.
Sandy, she's lying. She didn't live the 72 season. You were born in like 92. Don't lie to us.
Yeah, come on, Sandy.
Okay, so.
All right, so let's get into it.
Okay, so 1972. Again, Lou's going to give me trivia. I need you guys to help me with the trivia, unless I'm going to have to sleep outside.
She needs a lot of help. So I got some
help.
Stuff here.
Okay.
Yeah. So before we get into what happened with the Dolphins in 72, I'm going to give you a couple of facts. So obviously, a big talking point. I'm not getting into the political aspect of it, but just a big talking point in, just general life is gas. So let's talk about gas, not this kind of gas.
Why'd you look at my phone?
Sorry,
you said that.
I did have some tacos tonight for dinner, but not that gas. I'm talking about gasoline, or as the great Daddy Yankee calls it, gasolina. So
they don't know
in 1972, you're not going to believe this.
Okay, go for it.
A gallon of regular gas costs just 36 cents. 36 cents for a gallon of regular gas. Today, the national average for a gallon of gas is $3.83.
Not where I get gas. Regular gas is like $4.
Okay, well, you need to do something about your car then. But for us regular folks, it's $3.83 for a gallon of gas, as opposed to 1972's glorious pricing, 36 cents to fill up your car.
That's fantastic.
For a gallon of gas.
Amazing.
All right, that's crazy.
Amazing.
All right, my second one.
1972. What
72.
happened?
I'm going to give you a celebrity birthday. Today's famous celebrity birthday, and his birthday is actually today. Now, this is, I won't say it's a stretch for a celebrity. This is a big celebrity from the world of sports. He is an NBA Hall of Famer. Okay.
Is he alive or dead?
He's alive. It's his birthday today. I just said it.
Okay, but he could be dead until his birthday.
It's his birthday today, October the 5th. He was born in 1972, so he's 50 years old today. I'm, of course, talking about Hall of Famer. I'll give you some teams he played for. Detroit Pistons, Orlando Magic, Phoenix Suns. Does that help?
Guys, I'm phoning the audience.
NBA Hall of Famer, born today. He was the third pick in the 1994 draft. No cheating. 1994 NBA draft. Number 3 pick. He is, I'm going to give this one away by this one. But
Shaq?
Shaq, we already had Shaq as one of the guys earlier, one of the celebrity birthdays, but it's not Shaq. There you go. Russ got it. Perfect. Grant Hill. Grant Hill, NBA Hall of Famer. I got a trivia question for you on him as well. Grant Hill, NBA Hall of Famer, the third pick in the 1994 NBA draft. He, of course, had a very storied career at Duke University. I'm not a Duke fan, but Grant Hill is a tremendous player for Duke. He won back-to-back championships, 91 and 92. He stayed all 4 years. Damn it, Russ. Don't tell her that. Oh, man. All right, put that away. That was I was going to say, he was the co-rookie of the year with one of your favorites.
The guy,
Jason
The
Kidd.
reason why I fell in love with basketball was because of him and Allen Iverson.
Growing up in Jersey, but he was not. Okay, I'll try to stump you with another one. He did not win that rookie of the year, co-rookie of the year with Grant Hill. Stop, don't help her. Who did he play for? Who did he win the rookie of the year with? Who did he play for? What team?
Who, you talking Jason Kidd or are you talking
Jason Kidd?
With the Mavericks.
You got it. Wow, good job. All right.
Do you not realize who I am?
All right,
like my cousin said, Jason Kidd was the love of my life.
All right, okay. So, yes.
Come on, really?
Grant Hill, also a 7-time All-Star. So, and then this is the coolest part. As I was doing this.
His father played.
No, oh my God. Russ.
No,
Russ.
And also Calvin came in too.
You're killing me, Russ.
They got my back. Those
You're
are my
killing me,
people.
Russ.
Those are 305 gang. Those are my people.
Russ
my
and
people.
Calvin, you just ruined it.
No, they're my people. Is that my back?
I was going to tie it all in that he actually has a little connection to the 1972 Dolphins because before you guys say it out there, in 1971,
Yeah.
the Dolphins lost the Super Bowl to the Dallas Cowboys. Grant Hill's father, as mentioned, Calvin Hill, was on that team. So it's funny enough. It's kind of ironic. Grant Hill's birthday is today, and his dad beat the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. He was a tight end, beat the Dolphins in the Super Bowl, 24-3 they lost the year before. And then, of course, the following year, we're in our 1972 season. So nice little tying it all together there.
So I'm telling you right now, not if I go into Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. When I go into Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I'm calling Russ, and my cousin has a background, and also Sadie's on background too. You guys all have my back. Thank you always for that. Okay, keep going.
There we go. All right, and my last fact. Okay. We're going to stick to sports, and this is also a little bit of irony to this. Russ, congratulations to your Phillies getting into the playoffs. The Major League Baseball playoffs, of course, start this Friday.
Yep. A lot of good matchups.
Correct. And so, ironically enough, this Friday is what day?
Today's the 5th, so 6th, 7th, 8th, 10, 8th. 7th.
Friday's the 7th.
Yeah. Today's Wednesday.
So, 50 years ago, this is pretty ironic how it all ties in. 50 years ago, the Major League Baseball playoffs also started on October the 7th. Now, back then, there were 4 teams. This go around, we got 12 teams. So a lot of, more teams have been added. But back then in 72, it was the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates were playing in the National League. And the Detroit Tigers and the Oakland A's were playing in the American League. And again, those playoffs in 72 started on October 7th. Yeah. And the playoffs this year in 2022 start on October 7th.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm feeling a lot of mojo.
What do you mean mojo? My team, your team's out.
No, I'm talking about how history is repeating itself.
I'm like, do you not realize the Marlins are out of the playoffs?
Listen, I'm saying that history is repeating itself with what happened in 72 is happening again in 2022. Which bodes well for our Dolphins. Now, we've already lost the game, unfortunately.
Well, Sandy's predicting Padres. I also think, too. I think, like you said, DeGrom's pitching this week. I think they're going to get lit up real quick.
We'll see. We're going to talk about that in the last segment. But those are my 3 facts from 72.
Perfect.
And now let's get into what the Dolphins did, okay?
Okay, can I predict? I bet you in 1972, actually, they're, week 3 at this point, right?
Yep, this is week 3.
I bet you in 1972, week 3, the Dolphins won.
That's a smart bet. So let's see if you're right. Okay. In week 3, the Miami Dolphins narrowly is a key word, defeated the Minnesota Vikings 16-14.
Oh, wow, it was close.
Very close game. Okay. The game was played at Metropolitan Stadium on October 1st, 1972. Kickoff was at 4 p.m. and the game time temperature was a balmy 56 degrees.
Not bad.
Okay, as mentioned, the game was played at the old Metropolitan Stadium, which today is what? Anybody out there know?
Where the Minnesota Vikings play?
No. What became of the old Metropolitan Stadium? Anybody out there know? Come on.
Wait, I'm admired with Sandy saying history of yourself with a backup QB.
There you go. That's right. Pre-Metrodome. It's not Target Field.
Repeat it one more time because I wasn't listening. I was hooked on Sandy's station.
I've actually been to this location.
Okay.
The old Metropolitan Stadium.
Okay.
Was demolished and something else enormous was created on that site.
I don't know.
Does anybody know what it is? It is the biggest
college basketball.
It is the biggest one of its kind in America. The biggest one of its kind in America. No.
No, I'm sorry.
Anybody got it there? Anybody? Not a Hobby Lobby, but that's a good guess.
We don't have those down here.
All right, I'm going to tell you guys. It is the
Walmart.
It is the. There you go. Russ is on the money.
Mall of America.
The Mall of the America. It is the biggest mall in the United States, Mall of America.
I've never been.
I've actually been there.
Everyone else knew it too. Yeah.
I went to, so fun fact, I went to Minnesota. I did go to Target Field to see the Twins play the A's. And the reason for my trip to Minnesota was because the Dolphins were playing at the old Metrodome.
Yeah.
And of course, while there, I said, "Hey, I'm going to go to the Mall of the America."
Because you just love malls. We never go to the mall. I went to 2 malls last week.
I hate malls, but when somebody said, "Hey, dude, you got to go to the biggest mall in America," I said, "Okay, I guess I got to go." So I went, and it is in fact a huge freaking mall. It's ginormous. So if you get a chance, it's well worth going.
Russ is pretty brilliant.
Yeah. Dude, Vince and
Hey, you
Russ,
guys could drink a beer together. You guys are like only 40 minutes apart.
Yeah, you
There
guys gotta-
request each other on Facebook. Everyone's on the Facebook.
you guys should go into like trivia, go to bars and like do trivia together. You guys would kill it. You guys would do awesome.
Yes.
All right, so let me get into what the Dolphins did. I'll make this quick.
Yeah.
The Dolphins had to come back in this one, as we mentioned. They won 16-14.
14, yeah.
After scoring early and often the previous week, we
Okay.
said that they throttled the Houston Oilers 34-13 in week 2.
Yeah.
They were trailing 7-0 at the half, so they scored no points in the first half, and they were down by 14, a score of 14-6 going into the fourth quarter. They rallied for 10 points at the end of the game for the 16-14 victory on the road. Gary Oyopremian connected on field goals of 38, 42, and 51 yards.
Baller.
And Bob Greasy threw the game-winning touchdown to the late, great Jim Mandich, our tight end, as the Dolphins improved to 3-0 after a very tough victory on the road at the old Metropolitan Stadium, 16-14 final score against the Vikings. So
Amazing.
we're 3-0 so far in 72.
Amazing. All right. I'm getting tired because if you guys who didn't join us, Lou and I went to, thanks to our buddy Chase. If you
Chase.
guys are
That
not
was
following him on social media, loud Marlins fan, he gifted us
Got
two.
us the upgrade. We were in the ballpark, and he said, "Hey guys, come on down," and really we came up big with our seating. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, he gave us like fifth row right behind the plate, PNC Club, all you can eat, all you can drink. We have season tickets, but not there. So I told Lou, like, I can't go to any more games unless we sit there. So we are.
Thanks a lot, Chase.
I know, right? So we're coming from there. So let's just talk baseball real quick to wrap it up. So obviously we know our Marlins are not going to the postseason. My Red Sox are not going to the postseason. But we do have quite a good. We have some cool teams going to the postseason, right? Obviously, the Braves, they were pretty behind a few weeks ago. They did an amazing rally like they did last year. So they won. They clinched the NL East at our house last night. And Judge, we also saw that happen.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge, case closed. That happened.
Yeah, so it really hit me, speaking just before we go into the postseason,
Yeah.
it really hit me when Judge hit 62 because
Right.
it was going to be tough. He did it last night, but today was the last game of the year. I don't even know if he played. We were at the Marlin game.
He didn't.
He didn't play.
No,
Okay,
didn't
so
play him.
there you go. It came down pretty much to the last couple of games. If he had not done it, he would have stayed at 61 and just been tied. But now he's past it. So now he's at 62, and a lot of people, and I was there in 98 when McGuire and Sosa were going back to back.
Yeah.
And then Sosa broke Maris's record 3 times, hitting in the high 60s. But then we know everything that came out of that. So I'm going to go ahead and say, and I'm not a Yankee fan, but I'm going to go ahead and say that Aaron Judge deserves to have, the title as at least the clean home run king, the guy that did it the right way with no asterisks or nothing, tied to, because now he's by himself. He's the only guy that did it that has no, funny business tied to it. So
He's a good guy too.
he is a great guy, and I'm happy he did it. Again, I'm not a Yankee fan, but I'm really happy he did it. It was a cool moment. Let's talk about the guy who caught the ball. He's about to have some kind of a
So
payday.
they're not saying much about him. I can tell you, if you guys didn't see it, there was a guy who actually went to reach for the ball and he fell over the railing.
Well, no, so I saw what they said. He said that he jumped in because he thought that if it ricocheted off and fell in the bullpen,
because that
he
does
would have had a
happen.
shot to
Because that
get.
happened with the previous judgment run.
Correct. Yes.
So, so that happened. So the guy who caught the judge.
Sandy's a Yankee fan. That's all right. That's cool.
We don't hate her. No,
No,
she's still my girl. Still my girl. I don't know if you know, but I'm a big Red Sox fan. And obviously, I love the Marlins. They play each other next year too in Fenway.
Yep.
So, anyway, so the guy who caught the ball, regular Joe Schmo. However, he's not talking much about it. So Aaron Judge came on whatever it was today, and he said they asked him to Aaron, did you get the ball? And he said no. So we obviously know a deal was not made up to this point. And Aaron's not salty about it either. He's like, hey, listen, at the end of the day, as a fan, I caught a souvenir. Don't be that guy. Tell the Yankees what you want. And they will make it happen. They are the baseball team of America.
But
what do you really want?
No, but they're limited. They're limited in what they could do. They can provide bats and sign balls and a personal meeting, but the guy could sell it for millions of dollars at this point. Yeah. It is now going to, in my opinion, like I just said, I think that's going to be regarded as the the official home run ball without any tainted, association to it. So it's a $1 million ball, at least $1 million and possibly more. What I would do if I was him, I would milk it. I would go to restaurants in the area and showcase the ball. I would do meet and greets. I would sit down and have people take pictures with it and then sell it. But he could.
So you want a full-time job, a full-time gig around a baseball.
He can do whatever the heck he wants. He's got something that everybody is captivated by and everybody wants. Everybody went to the stadium that day to try and catch that ball.
You want to know what 305 Sports Dave Ash wants with that? I caught the ball. Woo! Hopefully no nails break. I catch the ball. I don't want my life to be around touring like a rock star with a baseball, right? I'm good with that, all right? I love my life how it is.
Different there,
yes, I want to do more trips to Jersey, Disney, and everything, but I don't want to go to like Nebraska with the baseball to show people the ball. No.
That's the first place he should go is Jersey. So many Yankee fans there. He should go. He caught it in Texas. He's from Texas. He should fly up to New York and Jersey and do a tour there. People would love it.
Vinny texted me after the show last week, and he was not salty, but he was like, "You guys never called the Back to the Future reference, so he wants to bring it up again." So go ahead. You missed my Back to the Future reference last week. You got a safe? You don't have a safe? Get a safe. Lock it up. Biff Tanner. Do you know what that means?
Of course I do. Oh. Absolutely. She's got to watch the movie.
No,
Vinny. You got to watch the movie. I got the movie here. You got to watch it.
So I can tell you that, like, I'm not a big movie girl, right? Lou has introduced me some, like, movies you're going to be like, Ash, what the heck? We saw Jaws in 3Ds at the theaters because it had, like, they brought it back.
Awesome.
We saw The Lost Boys, which, like, that still, like, messed you up the head.
Yep.
And he also introduced me to Ace Ventura.
Come on.
All righty then. But anyways. So Russ catches the ball. He sells it to Todd McFarland. Okay. My cousin, true question, you do the voice.
What voice?
From the Back to the Future.
What?
Can you do it?
No, I can't do the voice.
You're not going to do it?
I'm not doing the Biff voice. No.
Do it. Do the Biff voice.
No.
Why can't you do it? Because
he
doesn't know how, because he has a Cuban accent. Cubans can't do it?
I do know how to do it. I'm not doing it. No.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
No, I'm not doing it. No, stop.
I like this that Vinny and Sandy are becoming friends over here.
Nice. There you go.
Oh yeah, Sandy. Oh yeah, Vin. That's the big thing. Sandy likes what you like. Da, 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 da. You might actually like her more because of that now.
Nice.
Look at Chef Q's laughing.
That's great.
Vin, you guys can still be BFFs. You still like the same thing.
Yes, except Jets. No Jets at Sandy's house.
No. Oh my gosh. Ashley, I can give you a list of the categories movies that I'll blank. That would be great. I would love a movie day. Do it. You do it.
No, I'm not doing it.
Everyone should do it.
No, not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. No.
Chicken.
All right, let's finish up.
All right, but listen, I do have real quick.
Yeah.
My cousin wanted to be on the show. Chase wanted to be on the show.
Yeah.
Moving forward, we are going to have a segment throughout the week where we're going to open it up to everybody, where I will give you guys a link to come and hang out with us on the show. Love you guys in the chat, but I want to see your beautiful faces. So moving forward, even though heat season starts like now, we are going to have either dedicated into this program or a different segment throughout the week where it's just like almost like a Zoom call where we all just like BS and stuff, where Sandy and Vinny can meet and maybe start their love connection if Sandy's girlfriend doesn't get too mad. But we will be starting that because I know Chef has so much insight on the Dolphins. I would love to see my cousin. Sandy's such a beautiful friend that I have on the inside and outside. So we definitely need to invite people to the show. So that will be coming.
You guys are awesome.
What's Sandy saying? She goes, what? My girlfriend will be at the come to the fans club.
Oh, great. Okay.
Very nice. I don't think I've ever met her. I worked at Warner Brothers. Oh.
Nice.
You've seen all
a Blockbuster. You remember Blockbuster Video? Do you remember that at all?
That's the one that closed down.
That's right.
So in New Jersey, and I'm sure Russ and Vinny can back with me, we had Hollywood Videos. You guys have Hollywood Videos down here?
No, I don't think so.
Right? Was it called Hollywood Videos? Vin, what was the one that we had in South Plainfield? Was it called? I think it was Hollywood Videos. Blockbuster wasn't really big in my town that I grew up on. It was Hollywood Videos. So, Lou, Sandy wants it.
I'm not doing it. No. Well, come on. Next time.
Oh, my gosh. You're such a chicken. What's that do with the best training mountain? Look at you guys. I know. I really want to get you guys on the show. But no, we will be doing that soon.
So Russ is talking about Rocky.
I never
Great
seen it.
training montage.
Hollywood Videos. Wow. Yeah, Russ. Okay, so in Jersey, our Blockbuster was actually called Hollywood Videos, where you have the card, you check in. Like, this is the beginning of my childhood. Yeah. Like, I was like under 8 years old.
It was towards the end of mine, but it was a great time.
Well, you know,
before you could stream movies and all these things, you would go to the Blockbuster Video, or you guys Hollywood's Video, and you go down there, you rent the movie or a couple that you wanted.
I don't think we had Suncoast Video in Jersey, unless my cousin knows about that. We had Blockbuster and $1 Million. I don't remember $1 Million Videos either.
Did you have one where you went to the back room and you saw different kind of movies? Anybody out there know what I'm talking about?
You're aging yourself right now.
You go into a back room with a curtain and there's like different kind of movies.
What did you do? That sounds so nasty. Ew.
I don't know. I've just heard. I don't know. I don't know.
That's a Miami thing.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
What do you mean? You went in the back with a curtain? Okay, this is not Tootsie's. Stop. I like those movies. Hollywood and okay, now it all makes sense. Hollywood Videos. So Chef said there was a Hollywood Videos in Miami too. You don't know.
I don't.
So definitely we are consensus that Hollywood Video was New York, New Jersey, PA for sure. But Chef is saying that there was one in Miami.
I don't remember that.
My cousin said Palmer Videos back in my day, and then so there was the curtain. So people are saying.
I just heard of it. I've never went back.
He liked those movies in the back of the curtain. Movies. Stop. Ooh. But I know you have this new house. I'm gonna kick him out living with you. Suncoast were more retailers in the mall. Suncoast. I don't recall that either.
It's not that type of show. It's a family show.
I know. City, you know I'm an innocent angel. Why are they doing this to me?
It's ridiculous.
It all started when you talked about your girlfriend. My cousin was trying to get with you. Now you said the girlfriend thing. We were talking about movies. Oh, anyways, okay.
Let's get back to it. Let's clean this show up already.
So Marlins are on the playoffs. Red Sox are on the playoffs. We have some hot teams going to the playoffs. Braves, Padres, Mets, Yankees, Dodgers.
It's going to be a great postseason right now.
For who? None of my teams, right?
But the Dodgers and the Braves, they look like. I know. Sorry, Russ. I know you're a Phillies fan, but right now it looks like the Dodgers and the Braves are on a collision course.
Yeah.
They both have buys, which at first I didn't like it. I didn't like. I really don't like the fact that if you get into the playoffs, like Russ's Phillies, for example, they won't host a playoff game. It's going to be all 3 games in St. Louis. I don't like that. I think you play so many games in baseball. You should at least host 1 game. Give your fans a chance to get a game at home. So I don't like that. But, besides that, if you get a bye, not only are you sitting back and not having to, get your pitchers out there, blow up your bullpen, possibly run into an injury, you're resting. And then the other teams in a 3-game series that are fighting for their lives are throwing out multiple pitchers, having their ace have to go maybe, 10 innings, 11 innings, whatever it takes to get that one, or second win in the series. So it's very, really puts the pressure on you to get that bye. And so the Phillies did it, the Dodgers did it, and then the other side in the American League, the Astros did it, the Yankees did it. So we're set up for a really exciting postseason. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, I wish the Red Sox were in it. I wish the Marlins were in it. So I'm kind of like, but obviously I do love the sport. So I will come up with a sleeper team that I want to win, and hopefully they win. And that'll be that. So.
I am rooting for the Mets. I know a lot of people aren't going to like that. Russ probably won't like that at all.
Yeah, so drop it in the chat. Who are you guys going for? Obviously, we know Russ is going for the Phillies. My cousin is Red Sox like me. So who are you going for? Who's winning it all? Okay, so call it you two. All right, so I think it's going to come down to, dude, I would say right now, I would love a Subway Series.
Wow. I don't see it happening. The Mets are really right now.
The Mets they're asking me what I want. Well, maybe not ask what I want. Maybe I'm telling you what I want. I'm Italian. I'll tell you what I want. I want a Subway Series. I want to bring it back home. I miss home. Such an important part of me. I don't hate the Yankees. I don't hate the Mets. I grew up around it. Give me something to remind me of home. They had decent seasons. Mets finally put it together. Yankees are just that annoying ex that just won't go away. So give the Yankees and Mets a good series. Give New York, New Jersey, the metro area good love. Let me see a Subway Series.
Okay. I already put it out there that I see a lot of things are coming back. It happened in 72. So I'm going to say one more thing here. We did watch not too long ago a program on ESPN that documented the rivalry between the Dodgers and the Yankees. It was called Dodgers and Yankees, an Uncivil War. And man, they had some battles before my time, definitely before your time. But all the characters from Reggie Jackson to Steve Garvey, the managers, Billy Martin, Tommy Lasorda. So I'm kind of feeling that it could be, maybe a Dodgers-Yankees reinstallment of that rivalry. But
yeah, a lot of Dodgers,
I think that would be cool. But I got to tell you, we saw them play tonight. They didn't really play anybody. But the way they've come on in the second half, they have the best record in baseball. The Braves hitting is unreal. Their pitching is unreal. Their bullpen is stacked. Kelly Jensen as their closer. Man, it's going to be tough to dethrone the Braves as the defending champions.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Dodgers, Yankees. Reggie Jackson, finally.
Yes. Do you know what movie that's from? You don't. She doesn't know what movie that's from. That's right. Reggie Jackson almost did kill the Queen.
Give me a hint.
Well, if you go back to that section of the Hollywood video where the curtain is, you're going to see a lot of naked people on the whatever. And what do you do when you shoot? So blank and blank. Naked Gun. It's a classic. You don't know it. All right, whatever. That's another one she's got to see. All right. Whatever.
It's hard for me to see any movies right now. So really quick, right now, today in sports, so much excited's happening because basketball, Miami Heat preseason started yesterday. Dolphins football, you're in the heat of it, right? Going into week 5. Panthers, our Florida Panthers are, preseason doing all that. Baseball, Marlins. So technically, my 4 teams are in action as of right now. Well, now, I know you're going to wake up tomorrow, and the Marlins are going to be blah, 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 but as of right now, all my sports are in season. Football, part of it. Basketball just started preseason. Hockey, preseason. And baseball. Life is great. Wake up tomorrow, no more baseball. But today, focus on today, is a good thing.
Yeah. I will say before we wrap it up, and I know you have your final say, but big shout out to Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball. I know there's a lot of Yankee fans in the room, a lot of support for the Yankees. Don Mattingly was a tremendous Yankee, borderline Hall of Famer. He didn't play long enough. He mentioned today on the postgame show that he retired at 33, 34 years old. So he could have put up bigger numbers, but his sample size of when he played was amazing. And he's just such a beloved person in baseball. He really had a nice real send-off tonight. And he leaves, even though he has so much more losses than wins, he still leaves as the all-time winningest manager in Marlins history. He did win the National League Manager of the Year in 2020. Mm-hmm. And he also, if you look at his resume, even though he had teams that didn't, go to the next level, he had an MVP in Giancarlo Stanton. We traded another MVP, Christian Yelich, that he had under him. Of course, the tragic loss of Jose Fernandez was the Rookie of the Year. And this year, it looks like it's pointing towards Sandy getting the Cy Young. So you're talking about Don Mattingly during his tenure here. He leaves as the winningest manager in Marlins history. He had a Rookie of the Year. He had an MVP, and most possibly,
you're getting his cards.
And I'm getting your cards. Thank you, Vinny. Send those down, or I'll come up and get them.
You go and get them. How about that?
I'll come up and get them.
We go up and get them. Dying to go back.
Would love to get those cards. So, yeah, Rookie of the Year, MVP, and most likely a Cy Young Award winner. Mm-hmm. I mean, Donnie Baseball was awesome. It was great for the team down here, and I'm going to miss him. He's awesome. Donnie Baseball.
No, they did a nice send-off for him. And our buddy Chase, we asked him, like, hey, who do you see being the coach possibly within the next few years? Yes. And he did bring up a crazy point. He said Miggy Rojas within like 5 years. Miggy would be such an awesome coach for the Marlins. He is so obviously he plays for us right now, but he is aging out soon. He is so well liked in the organization. He would do so well with player development. He knows the game. He loves the game. So that would be interesting to see Miggy Rojas coming to be our coach within the next few years. So
that would be awesome.
We'll see. All right. It's my bedtime, but it has been fun.
What do you mean? We got a bunch of movies we got to watch. We're doing an all-night marathon. There's no bed. We got to watch Back to the Future, Naked Gun. I mean, all these movies you haven't seen.
When's our bye week? No.
That's what we're doing in the bye week.
No, we're going to Jersey in the bye week.
No, we're getting in a time machine and we're going to Blockbuster Video and I'm renting all these classics that you've missed out on. That's what we're doing during the bye week.
I enjoyed my 90s childhood. I'm good.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys. No. All right. I'll give it to him for 2 seconds. Ready? JETS sucks.
Sucks.
Sorry.
I think we just woke up our neighbors, but whatever.
It's okay.
It was worth it.
Oh my god. Good night, guys. Let's see.
Oh man, Russ, yeah, Apollo Creed, what a character. That sucked. Throw in the towel.
Yeah, you'll do that impersonation, but you won't do the one that everyone wanted.
Yeah.
I don't think you just know it.
That was tough.
Okay, so for bye week, maybe Aunt Joe. So my grandmother and his mother would love that, and we could do movies.
Yeah, absolutely, that'd be great.
Oh,
absolutely, but no Jets blankets. Don't let me fall asleep and wrap me up in a jet blanket.
No, when I went to go visit my grandmother, I brought her like all the Dolphins blankets and stuff. So like,
that's good.
No.
Josie's repping up there in Jersey. I like it.
She is with her 20 million boyfriends. She's out there. That ho. Anyways, guys, it has been so much fun hanging out with you. We almost didn't do the show tonight because we were exhausted after the Marlins game, but I'm so glad we came on to hang out with you. Looking forward to week 5. Dolphins, Jets. We may be having a watch party this week. I'll keep you guys updated. Kind of just gonna think about it the next few days. Maybe put something together last minute, or we'll let you know where we're gonna hang out and watch the game and just come hang out with us. So we'll keep you updated with that. And that's all I got.
Yeah, no. Just how you started the show. Thoughts and prayers with everybody obviously affected. For Ian, if you have an opportunity to support that cause, and you know people that are reputable doing it, I encourage you to do so. A lot of people are going through a lot of tough times, displaced altogether. People that don't have insurance pretty much lost everything. Some people are not allowed back, on and go on and on. I know it's a very sad situation. So thinking of all those people out there who were affected, it's going to be a long road ahead. And so prayers with all of them.
Definitely. All right, guys. Until next time, we'll come back here next Wednesday because you leave Thursday. So
that's right. I did mention last week there is another game in London. So if you guys out there play fantasy football, be mindful of that 9:30 game in the morning from London. Set your lineups the night before. And then, just to echo everybody in the room, enjoy the baseball postseason. That starts on Friday. We have already had some Yankee fans chiming in. Obviously, Russ's Phillies are in there. We don't have a dog in the fight, but we love baseball. We're going to watch it. So you guys hope your teams do well. Get off to a good start in these series coming up. Dolphins, obviously, a huge one on Sunday. Basketball's back. Hockey's back. So just a good time. Wishing everybody out there a good rest of the week and weekend ahead. And,
I think we all end on Chef Jew's notes. I think we do it together. One big chance. No matter if you're in your living room, your bathroom, your basement, in the back of a movie store with a curtain. I think we all do it together. On a count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. JETS sucks.
And on that note,
fins up, guys.
I love you, Vinny. Fins up.
Oh, request him on Facebook too. He will. All right, bye, guys. Good night.
Peace.
Bye.